Test, test, test. What's going on? Yo, what's going on? Let me know how we sounding. Let me know how we sounding. What's going on, Mr. Nobody? I see you up in here. We're gonna wait a couple minutes and we'll go ahead and start breaking stuff down. You already know the drill. Make sure you like the live, y'all, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. We're looking at the charts. Drop them in the chat. Started stream a little bit late because I go into the charts and we see some action already. Just hit TP1 on this GU setup. If y'all didn't check out the Sunday chart analysis, make sure to check that out after the live stream is over. Like I always talk about, the Sunday chart analysis goes over what we see price doing Sunday night going into Monday. We had a couple charts doing what we're looking for. We had gold break above this level. Again, it's the same level that price was at last week on Monday and ended 2 weeks ago on Friday. Then you can see clear volume kicked in, moved through this level. But I'm about to see if we can turn this low from resistance to support right here. So we're gonna be looking to see if we can hold 3350 as support. If we can hold 3350 as support, we're gonna look for continued bias going to 3372. Got a new 15 about to pop up in a little bit. We'll be posting a recap of last month today during New York session. So what y'all see on the screen is not how we wrapped up May. That's still how we wrapped up April. That's going to be updated tomorrow, though. All right, y'all. So make sure to be on the lookout for the update today, though. I just want a sneak peek to see how we did last month. All you got to do is hit that first link in the description on the free signal, free Telegram. Last week, we went 4-0. Before that, we went 4-0 as well. The week prior to that, we went 5-0. And then the week prior to that, we went 4-1. And then 5-0. So we only lost one trade this month so far, which is not bad at all. But again, like you see how we ended not last month, April. That's what you see on your screen. That's, like I said, it's going to update and change tomorrow. But we went 16-1. April gives a 94% win rate. So after this month's over, we're going to do the recap of the quarter. But we just hit TP2 on GU, so let me let the members know. Yeah, but when I opened the charts, I saw price start to do some moves. So we hopped in this right before we got into the live, but we talked about this during the Sunday chart analysis. So we got this thing pushing nicely. All right, new 15 just popped up. So you can keep pushing right here. Gold just broke through this level too. Yeah, so the markets are just starting off the right way. I ain't complaining about this. Again, we do got a couple news events today. We got news at 10 a.m. We got news at 1 p.m. for the USD pairs. So make sure to keep that in mind. And then it's the Italian bank holiday. But we got G already doing a nice push. It did this nice push last night at around 11 o'clock. See, Rose up did a nice retest, blew through. You see gold blew through this level here at 2 a.m. about an hour ago. Blew through this level around the same time, 11:30. So again, like we was talking about during Sunday chart now, so we're looking for buys on gold and GU. Gold's going as projected. Talk about this when we started the live. So it was in this, y'all should be up right now. Me and members are on this one. We're up right now on this. Yeah, but these are the only two I really like right now. And then GJ, I'm watching GJ and GN closely. But we can see GN still kind of, and GJ still kind of in no man's land. GN, we could have saw a sell setup, but it ended up rejecting that one level we was talking about right here. So if we would have held that low as resistance, we could have went for a sell. But we see price rejected. So then we got our alert. So either way price goes, we're going to be ready for it. We're going to see if we can hit TP3 right here. You 5 minutes about to pop up in a little bit. Again, we did a nice retest right before London session started. So that's why I pulled the trigger, hopped in on this. Let's see how this goes right here. Right now we're at like a just a little bit above 1-to-1. It goes here, so we just 1-to-2 does the full move. It's gonna be a nice 1-to-3. Now this is about to be a quick Monday. Great start to the month though. Already 1-0 to start off the month. I see this can keep pushing though. We just hit TP3 on this bevel right here. All right, TP3 just got hit. Let me let the members know. Who just joined the stream? We have entered this trade. We entered this literally at the start of London session. We're at TP3 right now. Gold's pushing as well. So we're just watching this chart right here. But you already know, of course, you guys got any questions, I can drop them in the chat. And look at any charts, drop them in the chat. But yeah, we're just gonna let this bad boy push right here. We talked about this during the Sunday chart analysis as well. So y'all pay attention to Sunday chart analysis. Or of course, if you remember in the Advanced Play Center, we could have hopped in this with us as well. But yeah, it's a nice push, a nice start to the day right here. Got my SL on profit, so I'm not losing this trade no matter what. If it rejects hard, I'm making some money, but of course I want to see this hit the rest of the TPs. But again, trading is all about not letting winners turn to losers. I can't tell you how many times I used to be up so much money, but because either I did the break-even thing or because I wanted to just hold to the final TP, not secure any profits in between, that there's a lot of trades that didn't hit the final TP that could have been winners, but I let them turn to losers, right? So again, not every trade is going to be a home run, not every trade is going to hit every TP, but if it's at least like, well, it depends how you do the trading and stuff like that. But if you're in profit, you're up a decent amount of pips, there's no reason why not to secure none of that. Now, I don't do none of that partial shit. I'll just literally just do my SO and profit. I don't really like doing partials because you take partials. That's going to ruin the whole risk reward or the whole setup you went for to begin with. But that's a whole nother topic, a whole nother conversation. But let me let the members move to the next TP. You got a few minutes to the next 15 pops up. Yeah, gold's still pushing as well. Could have hopped into either one of these, but I just hopped into GU over gold because when we see a nice retest on GU when it broke this level, right, and we see it's treating it back from resistance to support. So that's why I jumped on this one versus gold. We don't really see that retest. It just blew through that level. But they're both pushing though, but that's the main difference between those two. Why I chose GU over gold. But again, it's just like we talked about in the Sunday chart analysis, how it was still bullish, but it was just kind of stuck in reversal territory, especially after Thursday and Friday last week. But again, look right here. This is why, again, you want to follow the flow of price, because I guarantee a bunch of people would have saw this red candlestick and thought, oh, this is a bearish candlestick, or, oh, look, we don't see higher highs. We see lower lows getting made. Again, this is why I always be stressing to understand the rules of price and to stick to the playbook, because literally this is the rules of the uptrend. All right, and I can pull this book out right now. Matter of fact, we're going to pull the book out. I need to update my screenshots for the wait, I'm doing the wrong thing. But if y'all follow me on Instagram and TikTok, if you don't follow me on Instagram and TikTok, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. You see it scroll at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram playmaker_way, TikTok _playmakerway_. Got some videos lined up for y'all this week. Right, but it's very, very, very simple. Look, I already got this thing marked off. Ain't that beautiful? All right. All right. Now, so let me pull this book out. Let's slide this over. Go to photos. So again, the price action. I'm away from my computer screen. There we go. You want to read it all the way from page 1 to page, I forgot how many pages, right? You want to read it in order. But once you read it once or twice in order, this is how you want to use the book. You go to the table of contents. Since we clearly see that we're in an uptrend, this is what price was looking like. Well, let's rewind a little bit. Right? Okay, this is what price was looking like last week. This is what price did on Thursday last week. All right, so we go to the rules of uptrend. It says in order for the uptrend to continue, we need to break past the previous high, which gives us a new higher high. We also have to respect the support level the higher low is resting on. So when we look at GBPUSD, this is also why I say to identify the trend with the bigger time frames. We see a clear higher high was made right here. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Right. So this was the support level. We also see here, this was the previous higher high prior to this, right? And again, it says for the uptrend to continue, we need to break past the previous high, which gives a new higher high. So we see that prior to this higher high getting made, what do we see here? We saw that this higher high got broken, then this became the new higher high, and we see here that price was struggling over and over again to break this resistance level and treat that support like it did the past couple of weeks. But we also see that price was respecting this level as support, just like it says we have to do right here. Okay, and this is why we're still bullish even though price did this drop right here, because it also says rejections and reversals happen, but a reversal doesn't always mean the trend is going to change. As long as price doesn't turn this support level into a resistance and or make a lower low, we are still in an uptrend, still looking for buys. So when we look right here, price broke the support level, but again, it never turned it into a resistance, which is why after price broke this level, as we see here, broke back above, right, and then turns back to support, and then gave us a new higher high. And then this resistance level got turned into a support, and that got confirmed last week on Thursday when price went down and treated that support, right? So again, it's very, very, very simple. Just go with the flow of price. It says right here that we have to respect the support level the higher low is resting on. We have to make a new higher high. See here that price not only turn this resistance level to support to make this new higher high, but last week price also respected this level as support. We can tell it respected it because again, when price touched it, it rejected it, right? So even though on Friday price ended with the red candlestick, we still held this level as support, which means we're still bullish because it's very, very, very simple. Red doesn't always mean sell, green doesn't always mean buy. There's red candlesticks in the uptrend, just like there's green candlesticks in the downtrend. So that's why it's so important to not only understand what trend we're in, but the rules of each trend, because as we all know, the uptrend is not going to always look like, the uptrend is not going to always look like this. And the downtrend is not going to always look like this, right? This is what a perfect uptrend and perfect downtrend looks like. But as we all know, the markets aren't going to always be perfect, and the markets aren't always going to do what we want. So that's why it's so important to understand the ground rules of each trend. That way you can avoid fake outs liquidity sweeps as much as possible. And this is exactly why price ended up pushing like it is right now in an attempt to make a new higher high, right? So for this new higher high to be made, you're going to have to break this resistance level. And that's what we're going to be looking for today and tomorrow. All right, so it's very, very, very simple. It's very, very, very simple. And again, you get that book for free and join Playmaker University, or if you want to get the book separately, click that link in the description. I'm going to drop that in the chat as well. You can get your copy. Shout out to those that already got their copy. I see a few people got them over the weekend. Hopefully y'all were able to read through like we're starting off right now right here. Currently chilling a profit on this GU position. But yeah, that's very, very, very simple. That's why we went for buys on this, right? That's a little quick explanation If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, letting price do its thing right now. We got a new 15 about to pop up in a little bit. So you can see we got to been just chilling here for the past like 20-ish, 25 minutes or so. A little bit longer than that, really, about 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and take this down. We're currently chilling in profit on this. Let's see what this next 15 looks like. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at charts, drop them in the chat. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. But yeah, it's a little bit different from usual, right? Usually when we're at the beginning of the live, we're looking for setups, but we jumped in this like right before we started the live stream. Like I was getting the stream together, pulled out the charts, saw golden GU. So GU just retested this level. So as long as session started, we hopped in the setup and we've been chilling in profit since then, right? So now all we're doing is simply just watching the trade now. Management behind the scenes, of course, on my other screen, my other screen. But again, it's very, very, very simple, right? You just want to watch price. You want to see what price is doing between here, between your entry and between your TPs, right? It's very, very simple. You just want to watch it, see how price is reacting. So where a lot of people mess up at is they have a strategy to take trades, but again, you're still missing that most important part, which is how to read the charts. Because again, a lot of these strategies or indicators, they'll tell you when to enter a trade, but you still don't know how to manage the trade. You still don't know how to properly exit a trade. You still don't understand risk reward, lot size calculation. There's a lot of stuff that you still need to know besides just where to enter and exit at. You get what I'm saying? We're about to see what this next 15 looks like. You know, gold's still kind of chilling. It's probably going to try to retest that level. Again, so I went for GU instead of gold. We see GU's doing a completely different thing with gold. They kind of did similar things last night, but of course, the bigger market structure, and then of course, what they're doing currently is two different things. Yeah, but nice and in profit on this. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free super free Telegram, y'all. Again, tomorrow is going to be updated. What y'all see as far as last month's record, that's how we did April. That's not how we did May. Because May literally ended last week. So I'm going to post later on today during New York session a recap of how we did last month. And then Tuesday's live stream is going to be updated for the monthly record. All right, we just smacked the next CP. Let me let the folks right here. Yeah, so we're just vibing right now, y'all. Yeah, gold's doing that retest. Figured. And again, this is why I always like to wait for the retest confirmation. We see GU and gold doing completely different things, right? GU did a retest on this level. Enter is pushing up nicely. It was a new higher high. And then we look at gold, broke this level but did not retest. And now we see price attempts to retest to turn this level into support, right? So again, 8 times, 7 times out of 10, price is going to end up retracing unless it just completely blows through the level like we see right here, right? But typically it's not going to just blow through multiple levels without retracing, right? Like even right here, did a retracement push, retest, then exploded through, right? Then again, same thing here. You can see the clear retest. Look at this level. You see how price was trending from resistance and support to support. Very, very, very simple. New 5-minute just popped up. And again, I only got these 3 charts up because these are the ones that have the setups I like the best as of right now, especially market structure wise. And if y'all noticed, I should say, this whole time we didn't see any alerts popping out. So again, we're not missing anything on any other charts or any other pairs. It's all about going for high probability, high quality setups. And a lot of times when you're looking at charts, whether they're your favorite charts or not, that's what I really like. Now, you can, but I personally just don't do it, right? So you see a lot of people online, they got one pair they like to trade, they only trade one pair. That's cool. The only downside to that is there's going to be some days where there's not a setup, or there's some days on that chart or pair where you'll miss a setup. And if you just only look at one pair especially if you're not patient to wait for retracement or your next entry or the next price where you like to look for entry, you're going to end up taking a shitty setup or forcing a setup versus just going into a whole nother chart where there's another nice setup that you didn't miss in your confirmation met, and you just go and jump into that one. You get what I'm saying? But if you do just look at one chart, that can stop you from, I guess, over trading a little bit, unless you just keep taking trades on that one chart. But it's another conversation. Let's see what this next hour looks like, y'all. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer. Again, these live streams are for y'all. We broke this down last night, the Sunday chart analysis. Again, I had to do it, redo it last night because I didn't have my mic plugged up, so I was talking because y'all couldn't hear me, so I had to redo it. But again, we still sent this out at 10:51 p.m. We can see GU took off right here at literally, we look at the time at the bottom, 1 a.m., between 11 and 1 a.m. Gold broke through this level right here at 2 a.m. So there were some setups you guys could have caught last night. And again, I always got to say this because I see it all the time online. For everyone's talking about there's no volume during Tokyo session, Exhibit A, Exhibit B, right? And there's plenty of other examples we looked last week on the charts. But let's see what this next hour looks like. But again, my SL's in profit. So either way price goes, I'm making money. My SL's deep in profit on this. We're about to see if we can hit this next TP. Make sure to like the live and subscribe, y'all, if you're not subscribed already. Got a new video lined up for y'all today. I'm going to be posting the same stuff that I've been posting all year. I am going to be switching a few things up. Y'all see it, y'all see it. Y'all going to know, especially in this live stream, you're going to be like, okay, this is what he meant by he's going to try posting a little bit different things. Right? Because over the weekend, you know what I'm saying? I was really sitting down, try to see how I can switch things up while still giving y'all some good information weekly, good videos weekly, besides just trade breakdowns every week. So y'all gonna see what I got cooking up, right? Y'all gonna see what I got cooking up. But all playlists are up to date, so be sure to check out the playlist after this live is over. Right? Make sure to check out the trade breakdown playlist, the day trade tip playlist. Of course, y'all do long-term investing. Make sure to check out the altcoin, the Bitcoin playlist, as well as the stock analysis playlist. Got some updates on some stocks dropping and some new other stocks y'all can look at as well. Because it's been it's been a few weeks since I did a stock update, but the stocks we were in went as projected. So I just got to give y'all some updates on what to do from this point going forward. But yeah, man, it's been good. Crypto's up, stocks are up, charts are starting to wake back up again. And then look at gold doing a retest right there. Again, this is what I'm telling you. Price is the same shit all the time, right? I don't got a crystal ball. It's just that I took the time to learn how the charts work and pay attention to how price moves. And then once you start to do those two things, you realize price does the same shit every day, right? It's just like I talk about the price action technical analysis playbook. Price does the same shit every day. You see it once, you're going to see it twice. You see it twice, you're going to see it thrice. You see it 3 times, you're going to see it every day, every week, every month. We're going to be on for a little bit longer, y'all. Again, these live streams are for y'all. So if you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we need charts, drop them in the chat. I haven't gone live on TikTok in a minute. You know, I want a TikTok live today. I might go live on TikTok. But I gotta be having like TikTok, my main TikTok page. I gotta let it breathe every couple of weeks. So every time I go live, we got people reporting and all that crazy stuff. And I ain't trying to make I technically got a 6th account, but I ain't trying to make another main account. So I'm just gotta be a little on the safer side. But make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, y'all. I'll see you scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram playmaker_way, TikTok _playmaker_way_. I got some posts lined up for y'all this week. But again, we can see all these other charts are kind of just chilling in place. But we're gonna let price do this thing right here. Get it, we can maintain a hold 35.25 as support. We're gonna continue to look for buys going to 35.60. And we can hold this level as support. We see price going back up to the highs at 35.90. Now we do got 2 USD news events today. We got 10 a.m. USD news and 1 p.m. USD news. So make sure to keep those times in mind. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody that's been live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody that's been live since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join free student Telegram. Again, that month is not how we did last month. That's how we did April. Tomorrow's going to be up to date with how we did May. But you want a sneak peek, this is how we did last week. We went 4-0 last week. The week before that, we went 4-0. The week prior to that, we went 5-0. The week before that, we went 4-1. And then 5-0. So that's how we're doing so far this month. Well, that's how we did last month. So I'm going to tally all that stuff up and post that later on during the New York session. Make sure you look out for that. But you're going to see how we did on a weekly, quarterly, and monthly basis. Literally everything's dated, time to document it. You go to where it says subscribe, you go down to front. There's over 1,600 photos, 3 years worth of receipts. You see student results, testimonials, you see screenshots of positions, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But really do this stuff over here, y'all. And of course, if you're interested in learning how to identify these levels, my student service or mentorship program, y'all know exactly what to do. Hit those links in the description. Again, we're almost halfway through the year. Time to lock in, y'all. Time be flying. Don't want to waste another year. But yeah, we'll be back at the same time tomorrow. London session 3 of EST.